Hello everyone, this is Sabihuddin Ahmed, and now we are focusing on correction of errors part 3. First of all, as part of correction of errors, we must know the control structures first, and then we have to see the statements which are coming in sequence for every structure. So now we are focusing on while repeat until loop. So keep watching. Now you have to remember some rules before you proceed while writing any pseudocode. So rules for using repeat until loop is very simple. You can see that repeat until starts with has a condition and must use counter initialization either with 0 or 1, as count equals to 1 or count equals to 0. That means that repeat until, you see, just focus on repeat. That means it will repeat the statements which are written within these two keywords, that is repeat as a begin and until as an end. We're terminated with a condition given within the brackets, or you know that the parenthesis. So now whatever written in this statement, it will execute at least once because the condition is being tested in the last. So now you must be well aware of using this thing to run this counter to match the counted values or counter values. So you have to be very careful. It can be used in two ways. One is for the finite and one is for the infinite, where you want to use the rogue values, which is also known as terminate values, where you will just uh, type a value which will quit the system, which will quit the program. So this is known as rogue value or centennial value, and this is also known as terminate value, where the program will terminate, and it is designed for infinite number of occurrences that the loop will repeat those statements which are written within the loop. Point number 2, remember that using repeat until, test the condition in the last after the statements or run. Hence, if the statement is either correct or incorrect, it will run at least once as the condition test in the last. Point number 3, totaling will come before count equals to count plus 1. That means, let's suppose if you have started the counter, the initial value of the counter or count is before the repeat keyword, that where you are setting the counter value as 0 or 1, whatever you like. So now count equals to 1, you have said, that means the next number when the loop will count will be the 2. So in the first initialization of with the 1 in count, you will see that the count has counted one value. So next time when the counter will run, it will be having the second number. So make sure that you have initialized the counter or count with 0 to run the inner counter, that is count, or the counter which is associated with the until condition. If you have said let until count equals to 10, count equals to 15, count equals to 500, count equals to 5000, and so and so. So now you can see that count has a relation with the until statement, the statement which is written within the condition box, that is until with the parenthesis. So whatever comes here with until will be the counter's value incrementer. That means it will increment the count values, and average will come after count equals to count plus 1, because counter, or after the until condition, because you have to count the running totals. That means a cyclic count. That means on every occurrence the count should add the number which is set to count. That means a value which you are looking for, if it is exist or if it is get, so that means you will have to count the number, and then the total number of occurrences of each particular condition will meet, and the counter will continue until the last. So now this will, all the counters and the running totals will be calculated within the counter, and count equals to count plus 1 before count equals to count plus 1, and then average will be calculated after the loop terminates, that is until condition. So now, and the output statements as well. Okay, so now the point number 4 is sub counter can also be used as for next uses for different counting purposes separately, but here I am just referencing this, that for starts 1 till 100 or something like that. The sub counters basically, let's suppose if I have met with a condition that, let's suppose I am looking for some items, let's suppose I am looking for, let's suppose any you can say edible items such as chocolates, let's suppose Mars chocolate. I just want to have the Mars chocolate, and how many chocolates I have sold. So to count total number of Mars chocolate, I have to put the counter with the conditions satisfying statement. That means that if this chocolate is found, that means the sub counter should automatically increment the total number of sales of those items, or that item which I have fixed the condition, that is if chocolate equals to Mars, then then Mars equals to Mars plus 1 it could be. So this can be the sub counter for the counting of Mars separately. So in each turn you will have different explanation of different counters and different conditions with different sub counters, so you can apply as and when. So it is the brief introduction about using repeat until loop. You will see the further clarification in the next video, or in the videos which are connected with this part. So I hope you will like this. Thanks for watching.